cardio. I'm not even going to try to do this one outdoors. We already know that's going to go bad. It's going to be hard to see. We already know it's going to cut out a little bit because I see one bar in here from the thing. I'm on my Wi-Fi, but I can see you've only got the one bar with the tower. So kind of that peak time. I'm still fasted though. Like, let's get in, just knock one of these out. I'm hoping it's going to be good and lively, right? Let's hope it's lively. We hope we get a lot out of this one. Get some decent outreach and stuff. Let's see what it does. And yeah, I already see some little love things coming up. So someone trying to click like. Let's get those likes going, get those comments flowing, get everything going. RC Wright says hi. Hello, what's up, RC? Yeah. So last one was doing pretty good. We were 30-something viewers for a good chunk of it. Near the end, let's see if we can kind of replicate that. Definitely, like I said, I really want to get a good one of these in before I eat. I don't know how long this one will run. It's going to depend on how I feel, I guess. I'm just going to run with it, though. You know, got the food on. Why do you guys keep asking that? You already know I'm clearly okay. I'm going to quit being annoyed by stupidity like that and just run it. You know what? Appreciate the money and the comment, man. So I'm obviously good, guys. I mean, it's not my skin. You guys have seen me hit my head harder on barbells in the gym than that. I mean, I do it all the time. Right, I've pretty much scalped myself on barbells before. No, we're good. But get those likes going though, guys. Likes, comments, get everything flowing. Also, guys, remember I have consultation spots open. I have coaching spots open. It's always the name of the game. I'm going to try to push more consultations in here. I get some of them. I've had people message me from here again. I haven't sold any this week, but I got messages of inquiries from it, from real accounts on Facebook. So, yeah, if you guys need individual, I'll go comment. But appreciate it, RC. If you guys need any individual programming stuff, we need to go to consultations. I do get some questions in here where guys want advice on their specific program. That's got to be video call where you break down everything you're doing. So that's kind of over at that level to where you need one-on-one help. That is my job. So that's not the direct coaching. That's just consultations. Coaching is me kind of taking over all your training, which you guys see with the client vlogs. You guys know how that works. But yeah, same thing, guys who come in asking an individual gear question about their stack stats. We go over that's consultation. Glad you're okay, coach. Why are so many people obsessed about the head? I literally did over an hour of cardio again afterwards, and I'm already done a leg day. You see me squatting. Like, that's really not a big deal, guys. It's really not. All right. But teach me to be careful when it's that bright out and I'm trying to keep the phone where I can see it. Just gotta think about that stuff. Tomorrow, though, because I can get up really early, we can get a bunch of it outside. Because it'll be before the sun is up, it'll be before it gets bright, it'll be before the cell phone towers have issues. Because I can already tell from the signals that towers having issues, like right now, this would be a horrible time to go outside and do one. Until they get all that fixed, right? Until they get all that fixed. But keep those likes flowing, guys. Keep the likes going, let's keep the comments going. Let's see if we can get this just blowing up and kicking off. That's the idea, because I'd like to get a nice long cardio session here on this one. So I'm hoping you guys will keep me entertained and keep me lively during it so that the time will just flow and I won't even think about it or worry about it. Right, we'll just pedal. Invariably, we will get someone who comes in, why are you swaying side to side? They see that, they know I'm on a bike, they see it's cardio and the thing, and they still ask. It's just funny. You gotta wonder, man, some of the stuff I see online. I see comments all the time in the fitness world, though, too. Crazy stuff. Like, there's nobody worse than the hippie type gurus. Like wellness gurus in the healthosphere, I see this on social media, are really a cancer. Literally talking about, oh, don't eat this type of carrot because it's a throwaway carrot and it's been washed in chlorine. It'll keep. Like, when we're at a point where carrots or broccoli are literally a concern for you and you're putting out health information, like, maybe you should just be charged with fraud or something like that. Maybe you just need to be in prison at that point for fraud. I'm just saying. Have you seen RC? I've done 2 videos on it. Yes. So if you go check out, type in sugar diet into my channel search engine, and you'll see what I have to say about that insanity. I mean, push come to shove, let's be fair. I don't like the nonsense scam artists who are pushing it, and they're flip-flopping, but technically they're going to kill less people with the sugar diet than they will the carnivore diet that they were pushing before. I mean, they're not going to kill as many people. It's less deadly and less stupid than the carnivore diet, but it's pretty bad. Like, adding all that, and it's not the fact that they're eating fruit as a staple carb, it's the adding the candy and refined sugar on top of the high fruit intake. Right? And I've gone into detail as to why, specifically the issue. Fruit's fine, but it's not the same as adding a little refined sugar on top of starches. You've already used up all the resources that are beneficial. No, it's not Greek God. It is table sugar and candy being added on top of a fruitarian diet. And no, that's not good. You're going to have metabolic issues. That's not ideal. They're still promoting, okay, the fact that it's an option on the table is a problem. Greek. Like, what world do you think adding refined sugars on top of a fruit-based diet is a good idea? Come on. Carnivore get you lean. Carnivore won't necessarily get you lean. You can gain fat on a carnivore diet. What are you talking about? What do you mean carnivore? You can get fat on a carnivore diet. You're still going to have health issues as a result anyway you break it down. So why are we promoting this? Okay, my preference. So you can get lean smoking crack. So what's the difference between crack and a carnivore diet? They're both dangerous. They both destroy your health, but they'll both help get you leaner. Why not just smoke crack? I don't think technically that crack is worse than the carnivore diet. They might be pretty comparable. So you see the issue with it? So claiming, yeah, but it will help you get lean, it's not. Well, so does crack and methamphetamine. What about all the health consequences? If you just eat fruit, you need lean proteins too, Greek. Greek, keep in mind, I'm not anti-fruit. I think fruit's fantastic. But the fact that they're still eating and promoting and the people are doing the candy and they're pretending that it's comparable with the fruit's the problem. That's the problem. Whoa, fruit and juice. No. Drinking juices is just garbage, refined sugar. No, fruits are not toxic to humans, dude. They're not. Just stop. So Greek, that's the issue with it. I don't have a problem with someone saying, hey, let's eat some lean animal protein and then doing fruit as a staple carbohydrate, but that's not what they're doing. They're still throwing in the option, and some of them are still doing it, throwing a bunch of table sugar and refined sugars. And fruit juice is usually just refined sugar. That's a problem. Like, that's not ideal. Even though you eat more carbs now, most of your calories come from fats. Most of my calories comes from carbs right now, actually. You only need steak and eggs. Yeah, Drippin', that's just stupid, dude. Hey, Drippin', I'm going to have to ban you from my channel. So I'm going to let you delete your silly comments, but if you're going to promote a carnivore diet, I have to ban you. Because you're gonna kill people with your advice in my stream, and I don't appreciate it. I'm going to let you delete your own comment, but I'm about to ban you. Yeah, you're out of here, dude. Yeah, bye. No, we don't allow carnivore nonsense to be promoted on my channel, no matter how, even if you're paying money, dude, I just can't leave it. All right, just eat fruit, vegetables, meat, good grains. People, RC, I think that's pretty fair. 250 tests a week, coach, sure, potentially. Coach, just saw your video on recomping on lean gains. Does it mean we could recomp at maintenance? Yeah. Hey, Chad, how many studies have you seen that showed fairly advanced athletes recomping at maintenance over the last 20 years? 12, 15 of them. So if it's something that's been repeatedly displayed to happen in the lab, in athletes, in sports science and sports nutrition, do you think that it's possible to do it? Just love football practice. Awesome, cousin. Pedro, who said slowly? I'm cutting fairly fast right now. What do you mean slow? I'm in a full-on cut as of the last 2 weeks. No, we're cutting, which I don't normally do. I normally do little slow minor cuts. Now I'm actually for real serious cutting. I mean, we're 5 pounds deep into it after the carb up. Bro, when someone gets stronger, maintenance will just go up as we just match it. Chad, of course, like no one's saying, I mean, maintenance changes all the time. Like it's not just the strength, Chad, the composition of your diet changes your maintenance. So realistically, as long as you adjust the maintenance based upon your change in TDEE, then sure, right? Cutting carbs is so similar in carbs. Well, cutting carbs is done to drop water. Like it's a good way to look fake leanness, actually, to be fair, RC. So there's a method to it. Burrito or taco. I'm strictly taco, no burrito. Coach, you're drinking Red 40. I'm drinking whatever's in Sonic Cherry Limeade, plus potassium. I have a bunch of potassium citrate added. Hello, it is Scallywag. What is this scallywag doing in my comments? We don't have scoundrels and scallywags and all that nonsense. All right, welcome aboard, Scallywag128. I'm gonna be keeping my eye on you though, with a name like that. I know you're up to no good. You know. All right. All right, guys, let's get some more comments and questions going. Keep the comments flowing, guys. But yeah, Chad, so just remember that. So people point that out, but keep in mind your maintenance will change for lots of reasons. But yes, getting stronger, gaining muscle will make maintenance go up too. It's just one of the factors. Boy says, any tips on helping stress? I don't know how to answer that. There's a million things to reduce stress, and a lot of them are individual. Since I don't know what you're already doing, Scott, I can't give you further advice on your stress management. The all-meat train was messing up my kidneys. I can't see it messing up your kidneys. I could see the all-meat doing a whole lot of negative things. Kidneys seems pretty unlikely. Or did you already have kidney disease? Or if you already have kidney disease, yeah, 300 grams of protein a day could be a problem. But if you don't, it's pretty rare. How did you determine a kidney issue? Would be my question. If I do walks and mainly just walk instead of high-intensity cardio, is it the most effective way to cut weight? Yeah. What do you think about people who strictly eat raw meats? I think anyone who stands around eating raw meat is a complete blithering moron, and that's just Darwinism at work. RC was already had kidney disease. That makes sense. What's the best body fat percentage for natties to optimize test levels? Don't worry about it. Anything under 20%, probably. That's about it, dude. If you're at a healthy body fat, that's all you can do for optimizing tests. Don't worry about optimizing tests. Like I tell guys, if you're not going to inject testosterone, there's no reason for you to worry about your test levels specifically. Does that make sense? Just be healthy. The same lifestyle choices that might give you a small boost in testosterone, a 5 or 6% or whatever, those health benefits from that lifestyle are actually worth way more muscle growth than a small amount of testosterone boost could ever produce. So you're already winning. Makes sense? Because honestly, what the lab shows, a 20% boost in your natural testosterone production produces zero muscle growth. It does nothing. But if you changed your lifestyle and were just healthier and your hormones improved from it, the actual lifestyle improvements are probably worth better recovery in muscle than the hormones would even be even close to, right? Who's your favorite bodybuilder of all time? Favorite, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Least favorite, whoever that guy is who had oil all in his lats and everything and got the Olympia a couple years ago, lung sting or something. The dude had giant lumps of oil in his lats. That's just disgusting. Holy cow, I thought you died. Why would you think I died? I literally make videos every day for 13 years straight. No, I'm not prepping for a show. I don't compete in bodybuilding. But yeah, dude, it's Jason Blaha. Hunt, I've been here forever, dude. Just because you didn't check in doesn't mean I went anywhere. Come on, guys. Funny when people say that. Like, all they had to do was just check. Lee Haney was great. But you asked me for my favorite. People always ask my favorite. It's like, okay, Arnold. All right, because he was the most influential, and I loved the Arnold action movies when I was a kid. And that influenced me. Therefore, he's my favorite. See, it doesn't have to be for bodybuilding reasons. You just ask who's my favorite bodybuilder. So it's like, let's say I married a female bodybuilder and I loved her. She would obviously be my favorite bodybuilder. So that's on super jacked women. I personally like muscular women. Yep. And you guys know that. You already know that. I've said that many times over the years. You know, I promote women lifting. Is lean patty, you mean lean beef patty? Why would you think any fitness influencer is natural? Hunt, I'm gonna be honest with you, let's just be honest. If you think any fitness influencer you follow is natural, you're probably stupid. I hate to have to say it, you're probably functioning at a very low level. Just saying. Insanely unlikely. Even if I'm nice and say, oh, they could be natty, they're probably not. Why would they be? They have no incentive to be. It's literally in their best interest to use drugs. In fact, it's in their best financial interest to use drugs and just lie about it. I quit smoking, vaping 3 months sober. I feel much better. Gym gains are improving. So glad I found your channel recently. Awesome, man. Appreciate it. Hey, man, I'm glad you found my channel too. I've been watching bodybuilding documentaries and they make Arnold look bad in a corrupt way. Why do they make Arnold look bad, man? I mean, I don't care. I may disagree with some of his politics and stuff too, but he's still my favorite bodybuilder. Coach, how long would you have women safely run a cycle organization? Hey, Chad, that's very individual tolerance based on the woman. But you're talking that dose of R, virilization wouldn't even be on the table. So how long could they run 5 milligrams of R and probably not virilize? I don't know, 37 years. 225 to 50. She could stay on that year round, honestly, Chad. Arnold Stitch on Tom Flats, working up. I'm not telling you where to buy gear. Go find your own. Right? I want to be the largest ninth grader. Oh man, this stream is not for kids, Hunt. Let's get those likes and views up though, guys. Why the likes are too low. Let's get this flowing, get it kicking off. I wouldn't know where to start. Well, you have to do research. Yeah, exactly. I said Arnold's favorite body now is idol. Yeah, because people ask me before, who's your role model? Like, there's nobody on the internet who's my role model. And I hate to say that because people they say stuff like, you're my role model. Like, dude, I'm a guy on the internet. That's sad. Go find a role model in real life. And I'm not even trying to disparage what I do, but some guy who works out on the internet should not be your role model. My grandfather was my role model. Right? Your idols and role models shouldn't be celebrities. They shouldn't be internet personalities. They shouldn't be someone you've never met. Just straight up, guys. All right? All right. All right. So, 107 just said, hey, Scallywag, I just clarified that. You don't know me. How could I be your role model? I'm just a person on the internet, dude. That should never be your role model. How hard is it for newbies getting into the fitness industry? Probably about insanely difficult. If that makes such people not be idolized, I find that strange. Yeah, dude. Hey, Hunt, why are you spreading nonsense like that? I've never even claimed any such thing. Just get out of here with that. I think Drake is a good role model. Yeah, you'll see the Godfather of powerlifting, Louis Simmons. As far as coaching goes, I don't like the term role model though. I respect Louis' work, big fan of it. I don't know about role model though. Feel a slight weirdness in my biceps or from deadlifts. Lock your elbows out. No, I've never been an astronaut either. Why would you say silly stuff like that? Most people have a warped idea of bodybuilding. They will call a bodybuilder in his off-season a dad bod. A deep bench 315 is small, and they will call the dude like Thor natural and obtainable. Yeah, they're crazy. It's delusional. The internet's created complete detachment from reality. Right, let's be fair. Thor, Chris Hemsworth, that ain't natural. You're not building that physique natural. You're right, they'll call a bodybuilder in the off-season dad bod. Yeah, this is all nonsense. I'm in my bed and my mama, I'm sorry. That's all good. You could be someone that inspires them, but to call that individual an idol is pushing it. Exactly. Greek God says, hit that like for daddy. Guys, there we go. Hit that like button. Come on, get those likes flowing. That's what gets the view count up. That's what gets everything going that we need to happen. All right. So. What do you think of half Thor and Eddie's bar roll deadlift technique? Okay, you lift, Chad. Why do they do it? Right? Because I literally had someone pull that to me when I was saying about don't roll the bar. And he said, you know, Eddie Hall rolled the bar. I think he probably knows a little more about deadlifts than you. And I kind of look at him and said, you're a stupid motherfucker. All right. How do I say this? If you're deadlifting raw, you should not be rolling the bar. Right? Common sense. You're going to lose your position. So why do guys roll the bar in certain things like strongman? Anybody care to guess? They're wearing a deadlift suit and they're fat. Okay, they have a belly and a deadlift suit. They can't get the bar into a correct starting position. They have to put it forward, get the straps and everything on, then they roll the bar into position while compressing the suit against their fat gut. And I'm not saying that to be mean, I'm saying biomechanically that's what's happening. So what do you mean what I think about it? They have to do it. They literally can't deadlift if they don't do it with a heavy weight. So hit the three dots in the upper right corner of the screen, then hit the like button for the stream. There you go. Tell them, RC. Appreciate you telling them that. So the bar roll in their case isn't optional. They don't have a choice. They have to. Due to the biomechanics of their body and the deadlift exoskeleton they're wearing. Because those are not raw lifts, guys. They're wearing a deadlift suit. And any of you guys who've ever put a deadlift suit on understand. Like, oh, I literally can't squat down. Yeah, you can't do it. So they have to roll into it. How do I fix my deadlift? My lower back gets tight. Without seeing your deadlift and doing a consultation, I can't help you. I wish this was like a TikTok live stream because everyone can tap the screen without a limited cap for likes. Oh man, that'd be nice. Oh well. Well, we do what we can do. But the likes are coming up now, and also notice the views are going up. They all go hand in hand. Damn, I kind of remember who you are, didn't we? Bojangles, no, I never pretended to be special forces or military. Just stop. That's the second person in a row. Why are you guys saying that? Did you not watch anything that I did and apologize? No. Are you confusing special forces with joking and conspiracy theory trolling with hitmen? Hitmen are not, people who are hitmen for the Clintons are not special forces. Don't you watch Alex Jones? That's where I got all of it from. All right, should chin-ups be increased during bulking? Do you still do push-ups? Still do. What do you mean still do? Do you see me do push-ups? Like, is this something I do on my channel? What? I think you have me confused. Are you vegan? I'm a vegan who eats lots of meat and dairy. I think vegan diets are awesome if meat and dairy are included in copious amounts. All right. Jason, your thoughts on circuit training with the intention of burning fat? Objectively, circuit training burns carbs. You deserve your flowers, Jason. It's not easy to be on this platform creating content for so long. Many have followed. Yes, they have. RC says, YouTube algorithm, booty kiss comment. There you go. Should chin-ups increase during bulk? Young, it's going to depend. That's young. Too many factors to answer that. If you're a novice, they should be. All right. No, I don't do push-ups. I have no desire to do push-ups. They're not part of my program. I don't even prescribe push-ups for my athletes. Push-ups aren't underrated. They're overrated. They're way overrated. You deserve it, Jason. I want to take you shopping. Well, send Coach. I have an Amazon wish list, by the way. It's all listed. Coach, what are your thoughts on redemption and what advice would you give to anyone who wants to be redeemed? Well, that's what Jesus is for. Hunt, it's up. Go look for it. I can't link stuff in the middle of the stream, dude. You can find it, though. I gave a 15-minute explanation and apology video like 8 years ago and explained the whole thing, why it was stupid. Keep in mind, people bring that up. That you do realize that was over 10 years ago now. Yeah, I don't know what it's called. Fake Merc. So look for fake Merc, right? Fake Merc should be in the title. I wish you could do a proper squat for my legs, but I have knee issues. I need to adapt with something else. I can't give you advice because I don't know what your specific knee issues are. Need to be taken shopping. I have an Amazon wish list, Young. If you hit it up, it's underneath all my stuff linked. You can send me protein powder, guitars, whatever, man. People do send stuff off there, by the way. All right. But it's usually protein or something. Hey, Jason, it's my understanding you're a believer in a great man upstairs. I said, yeah, I know, I'm a Christian. I don't know if everyone can be redeemed. We have a power rack in my living room. My little brother refuses to use it. Oh, RC, Jesus will forgive a lot of things. That's pretty far up the list. But the other thing is, in being redeemed, you have to try to do better. So he could be forgiven, but he has to try to get under the squat rack. Tips for bench press setup. I'm struggling to keep my back tight doing the pause reps. I have a whole video. If you do a channel search about grip and shoulders, I can't link it to you. You're going to have to search the channel, dude. I have a whole entire video explaining how to do that in detail where I'm sitting in front of the camera showing you gripping stuff, how to do it. I have a highly detailed video on that. All right? If you can't figure that out, I do consultations. You can hire me for a consultation while you're at the gym and I can walk you through it over the camera, like over your phone. Do I stop with deadlifts if I have a soreness? Why do you have soreness during deadlifts? What do you mean? I don't understand. Soreness? Or do you feel a sharp pain? Those are two different things. If you feel a sharp pain, you stop whatever you're doing. You find it better to remove hair with a nair or just a razor? Where? Head or on my body? On the body, nair. I don't nair my head. I razor it. 18 people on 7 likes. 25 people on 13 likes, actually. But let's keep it flowing. Keep those likes going. Deadlifts are underrated. Slight soreness, no pain at all. No, I wouldn't worry about it then. I wouldn't worry about it. Hit that like button. He's right. Hit that like button. That's what Young says. Keep them likes going. Yep. Man, my legs are a little tired. Let's keep going. Jason, many people say that boxers are the toughest men on the planet. Why would anyone say that? It's just another fighting sport. There's lots of fighting sports. Why is boxing special? Deadlifts build tons of muscle, objectively proven in the lab. They build ridiculous amounts of strength and they build muscle. Push-ups are a good exercise for the novice. How about bench press? What do you think of prolonged fast? I think they're dumb. I think you lose muscle with no health benefits. You don't fast 24 hours. Don't go more than 20 hours without protein ever. You will lose muscle. Alexander, why are we bringing up Ansel Keys in 2025? He's not even relevant in any of the research. All right? What lab? Bench press is also. Prolonged fast is how I lost all my muscle. Yeah, that's a good way to burn through muscle. You will lose muscle on a 36-hour fast. It might not be a lot, but you will guaranteed lose some. It will happen. Lost fat though, but it's still not worth it. Yeah. All right. Coach on a bike. That's right. Coach on that bike right now, riding that bike. Get them likes up. Tell them, Peppermint. I literally felt my arms getting weaker during my fast while I lost all that weight. Yeah. Yeah. I do 16 to 18 hours. So I've never gone over 18, but there's what benefit, Mo? There's no benefits. They're just making it up. I like 16 to 18 also. That's actually what I currently do right now. I mean, I'm still fasting, right? I've had a leg day. We did over an hour of cardio earlier. We're hitting the second session now. But I mean, I'm going to eat. I'm going to have at least a 6-hour feed window. I'm going to eat at least 250 grams of protein in that window. Alexander, DEXA scans can measure water weight. Right, DEXA scans and some of the scans can actually differentiate protein from water. Certain scans can. Right, so you got to look at it close. But you can also check rehydration. So you can wait till inflammation changes and hydration status changes, and you can check stuff again. Hey Dale, I'm not going to go into sexual fetishes discussion in my fitness live stream, where it could affect my money. I've done about an hour fasted cardio this morning. How long should I keep it going? It's up to you. Depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to lose body fat, you could definitely go more. That's what I'm doing. Yep. So when do you stop eating and what time do you breakfast? It changes a little day to day, Mo. Some days I'll eat as soon as 10 a.m. Some days it's not till noon. I didn't eat till 12:30 yesterday. All right. What's a good test for body composition? DEXA scans. What do you mean not worth it? Not worth the money? It's the most accurate. It's the gold standard. I get it. It's a little expensive, but you just said, what's a good test? Well, that's really the most accurate one you got. Dale Clark says, okay, Jason, I understand. Cool, man. Obro says, okay, yep. Do I stop set after a grinder on everything? Actually, well, big barbell list. I mean, on curls or whatever, fine, man. You can take curls or whatever to failure. I don't recommend you take your bench press and your squats to failure and get pinned. Will 12-hour fast benefit the body? It might. All right. Oh, Greek's going to be in here promoting Cole Robinson and the sugar diet now. How much of a nut hugger do people have to be, guys? Come on. The guy was literally crazy carnivore and then goes sugar diet, and people are still, man. The long fast like that, no, you're losing muscle. You don't ever want to sacrifice muscle. I don't know what benefits you think you're getting. You're talking long fast. Smaller fast, yeah, they definitely can be useful. I mean, I intermittent fast. Scallywag, you're aware I intermittent fast, right? I've been doing it for years. Right? Well, yeah, I mean, Cole follows a restrictive diet with restricted calories, and so, of course, he gets lean. I think 10 to 13%, you have plenty of visible muscle traction abs. Well, those are a little bit different between those two. Not every vendor can only try. Scallywag, but losing muscle is objectively bad, even medically speaking. That's the problem. What benefits are you getting to outweigh the muscle loss? 7% nuts. Well, 7% nuts not dying, but that's definitely shredded. Jason, what body percentage do you think you are? I don't know, Jaker. What body fat percentage do you think I am? You've seen me shirtless moving around in shorts on camera the last day, so you give me your estimate, man. Jason, you can rebuild muscle, but what benefits do you think you're getting to justify it? Jason, if you was in the gym and you seen a younger new lifter getting spoken down to by older, more experienced buff dudes, would you report it or leave it? I might say something directly to those dudes. I'm not running over to snitch to management. If the kid's got a problem, he can take it to management himself. But if I feel they're out of line, I'm going to say something to those guys, right? Man, if I'm 20%, I've gained a lot of fat and lost a lot of muscle since that last DEXA scan. Because I was 17% and smaller than I am now. So I don't know. I mean, that's fair. But I mean, that's your opinion. But I'm not that worried about it. I'm really not. Can body absorb 150 grams in eating window? I like fasting. It's just cost prohibitive. What do you mean? I need you to reword your question. Can the body absorb 150 grams in the eating window? Or do you mean after the eating window? Are you talking protein? Right? Coach, I like how you say some of the guys very commendable, right? Nice answer, Jason. Man, the people wouldn't stand for bullying or nonsense. But no, to answer your question, can you absorb 150 grams of protein in 6 hours? Probably not, unless you're completely fasted and it's all whey protein at the start. But you're going to absorb it later. Yeah, sure. Not during it. Right? Absorbing 150 grams of protein in 6 hours is really highly unlikely, other than maybe some scenarios you could create. And it would almost require whey protein. Definitely not meat. Not possible. What macro rebuilds muscle and tissue? Directly, would have to be protein. But you only use a limited amount of it for that. Yes, I was talking about whey protein and how much can actually absorb. It's going to depend a little bit on you as a person. So you're talking about absorbing all of it during the eating window, not absorbing it after. Because usually that's what you're doing. We're still absorbing protein 12 hours after our eating window and stuff, right? I guess you could pull it off with whey if you did it all at the very start. And that's what your first meal was, that protein and nothing else to slow it down. Right? If a novice keeps resetting and height work back falling every time, they just need to keep going. Can you do a head high roundhouse kick? No. Considering your liver intakes 1/2 of the protein, you have to consider your goods. He didn't say muscles, he said absorb it, scallywag. He said absorb it, meaning gets through the lining of the intestine. Jason, if you was in the gym and you knew a female lifter there and you seen some old dude perving on her and he was starting to film her and squatting, would you feel brave enough? Yeah. I'd probably go say something and tell her and then ask her if she needs someone to go help her report it to management. If he's filming her, straight up filming her, dude, that's completely inappropriate. Like he's straight up doing it. Yeah. Not her being caught in the background. He's got a tripod set up somewhere, but directly filming her intentionally. Yeah, I'd definitely say something. I'll be happy to back her to management at that point. Will I lose muscle strength if I intermittent fast even though I keep protein high? Not on a normal eating window, but if you start doing a 36-hour fast, yes, because your protein isn't high. That was the point. You're eating zero protein. Do you see what I mean? If you're going 24 hours or more with no protein, you're going to lose muscle. But that's not high protein. See the issue? Stuff's rolling through a little bit more. Have you ever done a bodybuilding show? No. How do we avoid seeming creepy to females? Just don't be creepy. That's it. Don't be creepy. And that's all you have to do. What's your body fat percentage? I don't have an exact number. Just deep abs. Just one nice, good, deep six-pack at the end of the cut. Snatch the phone out of his hand. Now, I'm not touching some dude's phone. No, I'm not doing that. Now we've committed a felony. We're in trouble if he calls the police. Like, we're now in trouble instead of him being in trouble. Lifting in gyms can be horrible. Some home powerlifting setup is a must. I don't know about that. I only like a 14-hour fast. No, that's perfectly fine, Jakor. That's fine. Jakor, I intermittent fast every day. Most men would probably start filming as well. I like your answer, Jason. Old school. All right, start filing. Six-pack is like 10%, yeah. About to join a cheap gym. Okay, do what you got to do, man. Hey, we're getting decent views and likes. Let's keep those likes flowing, though, guys. I agree. No, you can't grab his phone in that case, dude. You go grabbing another man's phone trying to steal it in Texas, you might get clapped. And I don't mean with his hand. Because probably get angry and confront the man, which is not the right. No, you can confront him without being crazy aggressive. I just think it would be easier to make sure that I'm in a deficit. Jakor, I intermittent fast. I get it. The social aspect is probably the reason for it. Also, the public shower and sauna is cool. There you go. Is there any, Alexander says, is there any side effects of long protein absorption after a big protein feast like high blood sugar? Not really. If you're getting high blood sugar from anything you eat, you got a metabolic problem, right? If you're a fit, athletic guy, your blood sugar should never get high, even if you eat a ton of white rice, let alone protein. You shouldn't have high blood sugar. That's a sign of metabolic dysfunction. Jason, is there a socially, and I do mean that. If you're athletic and fit and you eat 4,000 calories of white rice, your blood sugar shouldn't get high. You're metabolically unhealthy if it does. Can you explain why push-ups are underrated? They're not underrated, they're overrated. I don't do them. What's your eating window? Anywhere from 6 up to about 8 hours. Can you carry fire? Guys, we need to stop with the gun questions. It kills my outreach. You're killing my money. You're literally taking money out of my pocket. Okay, I want to know, but the obvious answer is yes, go Google it. You absolutely can open carry. I want to know if I'm wasting my time with what? Yeah, just bench press, dude. I don't do push-ups. I don't prescribe push-ups. Is it legal to own a gorilla as a pet in Texas? I have no idea. You'll have to Google it. Yeah, push-ups are overrated, guys. Come on. Get some weights. Or at least do a weighted body. Do a weighted dip. Lack of loading. Lack of ease of loading. Difficulty in hand positions. Like, they don't compete with other stuff, guys. Again, it's the issue of ease of loading on an exercise. If you can't easily load a movement, it's not a good exercise for gaining muscle. Jason, if you was in the gym and there was a gang of you basically that take over the gym and are overly loud and take over every machine without really using it, no, that's where you just talk to management at some point and ask management what they think about it. Because you don't want to go physically confront a group of loud, aggressive men. Jakor, I get that, but it's also YouTube. YouTube is relatively anti-pew-pew. So if I get too deep into these questions, it literally hurts my outreach of money. I have to not take the bait. Like, I feel like at this point, it's intentional. People literally trying to just steal money from me. You should invest in some high-quality running shoes. I like my work boots. Deficit push-ups, way best. Yeah, that's still scallywag. Difficulty of loading. All right, a calisthenics person. Outdo you. Outdo me in what? I do weighted dips and weighted pull-ups and stuff, Johnny. What are you talking about? How tall are you? 5'9" in real life. So on dating app and internet stats, that would be 6 foot. So, but 5'9" for real. If you're my little brother, instead of doing push-ups, you can always use that power rack. And there you go. Get under the bar. I don't know how to twerk. I've never twerked in my life. Heck, can you not? I have a weight vest. Why do you choose not to wear lifting shoes for squats? Because I can reach depth without them. 2, we get benefits from squatting and deadlifting barefoot. We build stronger feet, stronger rooting muscles. Forrest, I have to. Oh, Jesus Christ, never mind. Because everyone lies in this industry. I've seen it over and over and over and over in person. That's why I bring it up. Calisthenics, like, I literally have seen it repeatedly in person. So calisthenics would outdo you in every, whatever, Johnny. Dale. Jason, is there an overweight young man who wants to join the gym but is really self-conscious, asks you to go to the gym? I don't have time. He's going to have to pay for my time. I'm not trying to be mean, but dude, I don't have free time to just help everybody out. Even my bros. If it's one of my friends, I'm going to tell him to get his lazy fat ass in the gym. Because he's my bro, and that's how I treat my bros, and they know it's so with love. Done. Calisthenics. All right, I like push-ups. Work boots for walking is nuts. Slow the push-up down. Testicular. What? Guys, come on. Why do you guys come up with this cray stuff? We don't need this level of crazy. We don't need it, guys. But the stream's doing good. We're making good time. We got decent views, decent likes. Keep them going. Do you find that friends, they occasionally, but it's like, dude, they got to work that into my schedule. And then they got to travel. It's like, no. I've had a neighbor do it, and I'm like, dude, you got to pay me quite a bit. Like, you got to pay me for my time. I can't just, just get access to my gym. It's like, oh, man, I didn't know. Why Abby had to have high fasting blood sugars while being fit? Because he's not metabolically fit. Because he does a high saturated fat diet, therefore he has high fasting blood sugars. He is not metabolically healthy. In spite of being lean, you have visible evidence of a problem. No, dude, I don't want to do breakfast chats, Chris, but I absolutely appreciate the super. Hey, Chris, I appreciate the donation. Thank you so much. But I really don't want to do the breakfast with Blaha. And I don't even eat breakfast till late in the day. And I have to limit my food on my cut. I want to enjoy my food, not mindlessly eat in front of a camera. But if you want me to do a special video eating for you, like it's usually $50 through whatever it's called, OnlyFans. So I mean, I'll eat brown rice for you on a video for $50. If you like fatty foods like meat with all the fat, you should eat by itself. No, you shouldn't eat it at all, really. Jason, your thoughts on gyms and meditation sessions in prison? I don't know. No, I think that they need to stay fit in there. Chris says, I'm jerking Ruffle. Cheers. How cool, man. But I appreciate the super chat, man. Prison is mainly calisthenics. I guess it depends. Prisons used to have weights. I guess it all varies now, man. But everyone should be focusing on getting fit. Should be in there rehabbing them anyways, though. That's a whole different topic. I'm not going to get into the problems with the judicial system. No Greek. So, I'm not famous enough to charge more. Some of the fitness chicks literally get like $200 to eat a burrito on camera. Seriously. Straight up. I have it on a high setting. I don't need to pedal faster. The cut's going just fine. We're losing weight. You can get more muscle growth. No, you can't. No. Coach's PB size correlated with lifting strength. No, not at all. No correlation at all to my knowledge. Imagine paying for prawn in 2025. So many people still do it. That's a reasonable price to pay for a powerlifting coach. Yeah, you can, buddy. No, it's not Scallywag. Scallywag, you're ridiculous, man. Scallywag, get out of here with your nonsense. You are truly a scallywag. All right. I would use your sweaty black shorts. Go to OnlyFans and make me a reasonable offer. Sure. It's going to be in the hundreds, though. Jason, if a former soldier is filled with guilt and shame over what they may have... Man, I don't want to go into all that one, dude. Because I've known people who've dealt with some of it. I would discuss stuff with that, but I'm not going to discuss in here what I would talk to them about. That makes sense? I've had those conversations in person with people. Or there is no one single fat animal in nature. Yeah, exactly. Other than whales and seals. Hey, Scott, I appreciate the super, man. This is one of, there we go. We're getting plenty of supers to Jay. Would you actually sell your shorts for $500? Yeah, I'd sell them for $500. Dale's actively gets to get together with a group. Hello, Lacey. How you doing? You're still around. You grew up seeing your videos, OG. Hey, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're getting decent supers. I had really good ones on the last day of the month, actually. I had like 6 of them. I'm on the good one. Cool. Glad you're doing good, Lacey. The stream's doing pretty strong. We're getting plenty of likes, plenty of views. We got a couple supers already hit. This looks like UK and Canada. How about you? I'm doing good. We're getting fasted cardio in after a leg day. Down to 217. And still moving along. But nice strong views in here. That's going to motivate me to keep going through this cardio. Dig in a little deeper. Very productive session though here. Plenty of views, plenty of supers. So we really need that every day. It would be ridiculously good. But it's coming along. As long as I keep doing them, I feel like that'll all increase. Jakor jumping on it too. Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, guys. Again, pretty productive stream today. Hey, I appreciate all the supers in here, guys. Chimps are muscular. Yeah, chimps are strong too. How do you increase prostate size? A bunch of Masteron would help. Great job on the cut, Jason. Thank you, Jakor. You should do Twitch and TikTok. It's just too many other platforms. Like I've already have really active on Facebook, and then here having lunch, grilled pork chops, watermelon, some rice. That sounds fair. Jason, your thoughts on people who say W wrestlers are not real athletes? I mean, even though a lot of it's fake, they're technically athletic people. I'd say they're athletes, yeah. But I don't sit around playing video games. I already have another market being fitness. Why do I need to go do a sedentary market too? Do you agree with beginners should start with circuit training? No, they should start with a barbell. We appreciate you, Jason, for fitness content. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate you, man. It sounds nice. Yeah, I mean, she's eating lean protein. She's getting a starchy carb and then a fruit or a vegetable. Yeah, sounds good. So, yeah, novices should start with the barbell, man. That's how it works. It's had a weird flip with the screen. What did it do? Sometimes it tries to disconnect these when I have a strong signal when they get real low. YouTube's a player hater, you know, he likes to do that. But let's keep those likes going, guys. Get the likes going, we'll get the view count up more. It makes perfect sense, Scally. Barbell, loadable barbells. We start making strength and muscle gains straight up from day one. Squat, bench, deadlift, bench press, rows. You know, and it can be worked from any body weight, can be worked for any age, from any ability level. People literally, coaches who do this, get your grandma under a barbell her first day in the gym. Right? I like steak, but have an abundance of pork right now, so shall I? Okay. Yeah, I won't eat wild pig. It's nasty. I've killed like 50 of them. I don't eat it. But if you enjoy it, that's knock yourself out. I can't do it. Thanks for sharing, Jason. W wrestlers are known for their toughness. How do you deal with hunger leading up to your feeding window? That's the beauty of it for me with fasting and the high satiety diet I do. I don't get hungry. It's 10:30, right? I'm not hungry. Right? I'm not hungry. Yeah, I guess the smaller ones are going to have less contaminants, less hormones, less parasites. Well, not necessarily less parasites. The worms are a problem here. When are you going to eat your first meal? I'll probably wait till probably noon. Yeah, I've got a couple of them that were, I got a 200-pounder, and just to check it out, it had worms and stuff. It had parasites and stuff. Like, we checked it out just to see, and God, it was nasty. Yeah. Everyone overrates what you need to take them down. I literally took that down with just straight up 55 grain FMJ. Yeah, people get crazy with that. Yeah, I like living in Texas. Yeah, you don't need that much. They're again, not that big of an animal. People way overestimate what they need for them. Is there a minimum amount of fat you need to consume a day to maintain hormones? That's old wives' tale to some extent. You need a certain, well, you're going to have less vitamin absorption, so you need more vitamins if fat is really low. But the essential fatty acids are the only ones you need there. But hormone production, no. Your liver makes all the cholesterol you need to produce hormones. That's biological fact. Jason, is it true people from certain countries are better at fighting in general? I don't know. Dale, I literally have no idea. But no, Chris, 100% of your hormones all hormones are made from cholesterol, right? Your liver can make all the cholesterol you need to produce all the hormones your body needs. So that's complete nonsense. I'm not saying there can't be deficiencies if fat goes too low, but the hormones is just not true. How much of a super chat do you need to finally get? Oh man. Let's get rid of that. It's red tip better. Again, we're not going to do pew pew talk, guys. We just covered that. Coach, why is it so hard to get a 405 bench press naturally? Because it's a difficult thing to do. Chris, 40 to 50 grams a day is plenty of fat for overall health. Yeah, perfectly fine. even though that's considered low fat. I mean, you should be good. Unless it's all saturated fat or something crazy, like you're getting it all from milk, you're probably getting a balance of fat. Are potatoes the best carb? No, they're a good source. How are we defining best? Like, how are we categorizing that? And are we looking at just the carb, or are we looking at all the other benefits? I mean, technically, any starch would be the best carb for Homo sapien. They're all relatively equal. But are we looking at other benefits? What are there other nutritional factors involved? Potatoes pretty high up there. I'd say it's definitely up there. YouTube algorithm comments, balance, anti-minimization comments. All right? There we go. There we go. Yeah, get those bigger ones. Getting decent views though in here. Jason, I remember you saying that low carb and low fat diets can both be effective for fat loss, and the most important thing is protein and calories. Yep, that is true. That is true. Yeah, Chase. I mean, we could argue a lot of nuance. But as far as that being the most important factors, yes, I'll agree with that still. Doesn't mean there's not nuance. It doesn't mean there's not other variables, but as far as the most important, yes. Hence why people are getting ripped on both ultra low, nearly zero carb meat diets and the sugar diet. Why? Because they both, on the two ends of the extreme, still fall into that category potentially. All right? Just that. Natural lifters lifting natural weights naturally. There we go, man, and eating natural peanut butter. There we go. It comes down to a calorie deficit, yeah. If your shoulders were flexible, would you do overhead press? If I had the range of motion, I would do behind the neck presses straight up. If my shoulders would allow for it these days. They don't, but if they did, I would. If I had the range of motion to comfortably do it, I would straight up do behind the neck presses, personally. Yep. Behind the neck press, yeah. I used to do behind the neck push presses on camera. I used to even do them not super, well, a long time ago, like 7, 8 years ago, I was still doing them. Even like when I was with my ex Brittany, her and I used to do them at the gym. I used to take her squat weights and I would walk over and do behind the neck push presses between her sets back and forth while she was squatting. You're like, how much was it? Like 185. So, all right. Jason, what weightlifting exercises do you think are suitable for combat athletes? A lot of them. The competition lifts, no, because they're technical. Any sort of cleans, though. Any sort of high pull, any of that stuff. Obviously squats, right? I think they're all suitable for them. I'm the same way, Scott. I used to lift a lot when I was a teenager, rarely ever did anything behind the neck. Yep. I started doing weighted dislocates for my shoulders, makes them feel, I can't do them at all. I can't even get into those positions to even do them. Any advice for switching from conventional to sumo? Is there a reason you want to switch? Just start working it in, see how your form is, train it. Not really advice, just get in and just literally just change over and train it. Coach or reverse barbell curls worth doing? Maybe for an arm wrestler or someone. I've done them and stuff in the past. They're okay. They're not a bad exercise, to be fair. If you really want that extra forearm development up here, they can have their place. I think they can. If you really, really need that thickness, I think they can be worth it for some people. I've done them in the past myself. I mean, I'd consider doing them again if I really wanted to get those forearms jacked. I might do them. Hey, Blaha, is fasted cardio in the morning non-negotiable? No, it's negotiable. Is your mom non-negotiable? My conventional has been stuck at 275 kilograms, 65 forever. I've been told I have good leverages. Yeah, Jakor, get in and just start training it then. You may want to do some wide stance box squats and stuff, though, to help you get better. Strict reverse curls. Strict reverse curls are very hard. Yeah, you're not going to be anywhere near your curl weight. She says she has peaches, too. Yep. Cool. Yeah, we've had a really good stream here so far. Plenty of views, plenty of likes, plenty of supers. This one's gone over an hour also. First one was over an hour. If I consumed 100 grams of protein from whey isolate a day, 3 scoops plus 100 grams of chicken and pork, am I going to get similar? Sure, I think it's comparable. Yeah, I mean, we could argue the whey might be a little more efficient gram for gram, honestly. But you'll get at least equal benefit, yeah. Jason, some martial arts masters going about this chi apparently energy field that permeates, and yet the guys who win MMA don't care about any of that. That's why MMA is kind of better than a lot of traditional martial arts. They actually just go into the sport of it and getting good at fighting. I mean, instead of esoteric nonsense like chi existing. Chris says it's so easy to drink protein with milk compared to making plates lazy. But, I mean, it works. I don't have an issue with you doing that. That's fine. Sounds fine to me. Do you think Athlete X was taking shots you put on him? He might have been. I don't know. Don't care. I don't worry about it. Not a big deal to me. Why do Chinese martial arts masters not win at MMA? Maybe because they're focusing on chi instead of actually getting good. When you put, I don't know that I will, Scott. I don't feel like I need it right now. Right? I don't feel that I really need it at the moment. No point stressing my shoulders. I'm about to reduce some of my exercise a little for upper because this cut's getting intense. I want to make sure I don't overtrain anything. Just say, what do I need to keep my muscle and then maybe gain some bicep? I'm going to do lots of curls. Because it's hard to overtrain curls. We all know this. We've all watched it. So, yeah. We've definitely hit a good amount of fasted cardio. Incline, I don't think inclines, in some ways it's overrated, some ways not. That's a massive, massive conversation in and of itself, I suppose. No, I think it absolutely has its place. Justin Quinn says, you're intense, coach. I suppose, man. I'm just a dude. But first one was like an hour and 10 minutes total. We're over an hour now, all fasted, still on a leg day. That is definitely fat burning territory, guys. Right? We're definitely in the fat burning zone at this point. Incline dumbbells are way easier on the shoulders versus bar. Flat bar is shoulder friendly. Yeah, but dumbbells are such a pain to get into position and everything else. You're still going to be very limited in weight. They're great. I like incline dumbbells. I've done a lot of them on camera in the past. So, I mean, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of both. I just don't need any incline right now. I don't feel it addresses what I need to address. Those likes are looking good, Coach. They are, Dean. Plus, see those supers? We got 3 decent supers in here today. We're getting good, strong likes. Barbell is king. There's some people who are completely against protein powder supplementation. It's not realistic for most. I'm not against protein powder. My friend's doing press-ups. I mean, he can do that. That's what I mean if it's such a pain to load. Just lift weights, guys. Does protein, but he's not a doofus. Lots of people do push-ups. We call them push-ups in America, not press-ups. Again, I remember you're British. That's a British term. Plenty of people have done them that way. You have to get loading. Does protein from a shake versus protein from a chicken make a difference? Young, that's a very complicated topic. They're going to have different vitamins and minerals. So you're talking about the protein itself, or are we talking the complete nutrition? You're going to have to look up what vitamins and minerals are different. In terms of the quality of protein, we could argue that the whey protein is going to be slightly more efficient, gram for gram. Jason, what are your thoughts on the personality of Jay Cutler? Many find him quite depressing. I've had people suggest Jay may be on the spectrum, and that's probably what you're seeing. And that's okay. I've never found Jay particularly interesting or anything to watch or what he has to say personally. I mean, he's a genetic freak who used lots of drugs. I don't know that his knowledge is particularly great. He obviously has a good work ethic, but he's kind of a genetic freak. You throw all the drugs in the mix. I don't know that he's really bringing anything to the table. The problem is with people like that is that they don't necessarily know what's going to help the average person because they're so gifted. And that makes some of their knowledge problematic if they don't train. Now, if they train other people full time as a coach, that still works. Coach, I just finished 45 on biking. Do you think I should bike before or after gym for that? I would never do cardio before lifting personally if I could avoid it. If you have to get to the gym on the bike, I understand though. Right? If that's your means of transportation. I would personally prefer to lift completely fresh with no other training before. I don't even do a warm-up cardio of any type ever. You need to do it afterwards. It's going to potentially interfere with training stimulus from lifting. Right? I'm going to run out in the creek and go swimming. Okay, cool. Have fun, Lacey. Yep. I may wind this one down soon, but I'm getting good views. We're getting good likes. I almost want to run it out just a little longer. Part of me really wants to. Even though I'm kind of tired, guys. This has been a lot of fasted cardio on a leg day. What's your warm-up routine? What do you mean? On a leg day, I put 135 on the squat and do 3 reps with it. That's my warm-up. On an upper body day, I bench the empty bar for 8 to 10 reps. That's my warm-up. Things to do, bike to the gym, that's why. Some people think that the bigger and stronger someone is, the better their advice for gaining muscle would be. Rich Piana was used. Yeah, but Rich had lots of fake muscle. It wasn't, a lot of that wasn't actually muscle. He had a lot of collagen. He probably had 30 pounds of collagen in his body. I do one pause, rest set of push-ups at the end of the upper day. Okay. Chafing isn't falling around. No, it's not. The problem with squat thighs, the downside of it. Oh man, well, this has been relatively productive. I could do just a couple more minutes, I think, and then I need to wind this down. We're doing a lot of work fasted. There's going to be limits to what I need to do. Certain point, we'd be getting catabolic. Keep in mind, this is a leg day. Maybe there's some question, but do fat burners actually work? No, not really. Generally not. Are you talking real drugs, or are you talking some herb? You talking clenbuterol, T3, like pharmaceuticals? Talking about Ozempic? What are we talking about? Are you talking about something you bought at GNC? Jason, I've added 100 pounds now, doing 340 for 5 since January. Do you think I'll be able to clear 4 plates again for a max? On what lift is this? Box squat, maybe. Yeah, you're pretty close, actually. You do 345 for 5, you're knocking on a 405 already. I'm talking legal stuff. No, dude, no. All the ephedra stuff is now illegal because it worked. The FDA outlawed it because it works. Supplement industry is not allowed to sell stuff that works. It is illegal. It gets banned. So we've made this very clear, and ephedra was a perfect example. Big independent study came out showing how effective it was. Federal law banned it the same year. So I guess it's just placebo. Yeah, it's just placebo, dude. Well, appetite, lots of things suppress appetite. Like people use nicotine and all sorts of stuff for that, which is kind of crazy, but they do it. All right, guys. We've done 2 hours and 20 minutes of fasted cardio on a leg day. I think I need to wind this down just to avoid cutting into muscle tissue. I'll do more cardio later though. So I love you guys, but I'm out.